Hello there. This is not your typical demonetization video. As you can see, I'm joining you from the Harry Potter closet. Not a mass producing studio, not a content farm, a closet with a laptop and over 30 years of research stacked behind me, and a NASA family legacy that goes back to Apollo 13. My name is Michael, and YouTube just told me that what I do here isn't real. The 58-minute review, zero views on my appeal, and they said my quadriplegic grandmother wasn't real. This is my investigation. On April 24th, 2026, my channel was demonetized. The charge? Inauthentic content. Now, I've spent this channel investigating what the world may call impossible claims, ancient manuscripts, archaeological discoveries, the intersection of science and scripture. I examine the evidence others overlook. I have always said that I am neutral, and I just follow the evidences wherever it may lead. The truth doesn't need to be defended, just excavated. So let's apply that same methodology here to my own case. Because the evidence, and I mean the actual documented time-stamped evidence, tells a very different story than what YouTube's automated system decided in 58 minutes. On April 24th at 10:28 a.m., a YouTube support agent named D sent me this email. She said, and I want you to read this carefully, I've escalated your case to a specialized team. Expect to hear back in a couple days. 58 minutes later, my channel was demonetized. Not a couple of days, 58 minutes. Now, YouTube later told me this was a result of a thorough and careful investigation by dedicated specialists. A thorough human investigation in 58 minutes? I want to show you something. This is my appeal video. I recorded it by April 23rd. My face, my voice, 5 minutes, or just under 5 minutes of documented evidence of who I am and what this channel does. I submitted it as part of my appeal. YouTube Studio says 0 views, not 1 view, not 1 second of watch time from anyone, including the dedicated specialists who thoroughly reviewed my case. They never watched it. You cannot review what you never watched. I want to show you something, and I want you to think carefully about what YouTube's automated system is actually saying when it calls this channel inauthentic. This is a tribute video I made for my grandmother. Her name was Julia Dean Childress Widlacki. She was the second oldest living walking quadriplegic in the nation. She wrote a book called Rainbows After the Storms of Life. Then she passed away. And on Christmas Eve, I published this investigation, 11 minutes and 34 seconds of original family photographs, documented medical history, and her own words. 83% average view duration. YouTube's own algorithm recommended it to strangers who had never heard of this channel because the content was real and worth watching, because it resonated, because it was human. And YouTube's inauthentic content system, the same one that never watched my appeal video, looked at this channel and said, this isn't authentic enough. My grandmother isn't authentic enough. Original family photos aren't authentic enough. A Christmas Eve tribute to a woman who defied medical science to walk, again, isn't authentic enough. I do full investigations, but I also do tributes because the people who shaped my research, my father at NASA Langley since Apollo 13, my grandmother, who taught me that impossible things happen, they are the research. You cannot separate the investigator from the investigation. I work from a Harry Potter closet, not a studio, not a content farm, a closet with a laptop and over 30 years of original research. And I take 1 to 3 weeks to produce each investigation because my audience deserves the best quality I can give them. You. Yes, you. You who are still watching me right now, you're awesome. You deserve the best. And we are on this journey of life together. That's why my face isn't always on camera. Not because I'm hiding, even though you can still hear my voice narrating, because I'm building something worth watching. And YouTube's system, in 58 minutes, decided none of that was real. But wait, it gets worse. As an investigator, I follow the evidence wherever it leads, even when it leads somewhere uncomfortable, even when it leads to my own channel. This comment appeared 1 month ago. 4 subscribers, posted across multiple video comment threads. The phrase they chose, fairy tales with AI, is not random. Those are the exact words that trigger YouTube's inauthentic content automated classifier. Google's own Gemini AI confirms this. A YouTube channel can be demonetized for inauthentic content even if flagging is done maliciously by competitors. High volume reporting triggers automated systems. It is an adversarial tactic known as reverse moderation attack or toxic comment bombing. I didn't know this was possible until I investigated it, but that's what investigators do. And this didn't happen on just one video. This happened on multiple videos across my channel for over a year. Here, you can see it happened here as well. If you or anyone you know is dealing with this, it is best practice to moderate these comments or block trigger words in settings. I needed to document this first before doing so myself. A week after Easter Sunday, 2026, my channel received monetization. I thought that was poetic. Several videos of original Easter research content. Then the troll attacks would begin. 1 week later, demonetized for inauthentic content. 0 human eyes on my appeal video. 58 minutes between the first email and the denial. Now, I'm not here to accuse anyone. I'm here to show you the evidence because that's what investigators do. And now I've asked this next question at the end of some of my recent investigations. I never expected to have to ask it about my own channel. Coincidence or convergence? Now here is where this investigation gets interesting. YouTube's inauthentic content policy, updated July 2025, targets what they described as mass-produced, low-effort content that provides little value to viewers. Mass-produced, low effort, little value. Every single long-form video on this channel contains cited scientific source articles in the description, peer-reviewed journals, archaeological records, NASA documents, biblical historical texts. Now, for anyone watching this, I'm watching a Mr. Beast style manhunt against myself. I challenge you to hunt through my oldest, least viewed videos, and if you can find a single long form video missing sources in the description, you win the internet cookie. Drop it in the comments below and let the hunt begin. This channel has been here since 2010, over 16 years, publishing more actively than ever in the past year. Over 1,647 videos, almost 1 million views built from original research that began long before this channel even existed. Anyone with a pulse can check my social media linked in my channel bio and see the real heartbeat behind the channel. The Matrix community sees the core educational added value and responds with overwhelming support. And my short series are just highlights pointing back to my long form videos. I also looked into the law that requires YouTube to provide a specific, detailed explanation for restricting or demonetizing the channel. This is actually the European Union's Digital Services Act, or DSA. So it is limited to location. Congress has also introduced bipartisan frameworks targeting algorithmic accountability, though still a work in progress. And here's the irony that YouTube's own policy team should consider carefully. The algorithm that flagged my channel and millions of others as inauthentic made that decision automatically in 58 minutes with no human review, based on pattern matching rather than content evaluation. By YouTube's own definition of inauthentic, an automated system producing mass decisions with no human contribution or little individual evaluation, the review process itself would fail the standard it was designed to enforce. I'm going to be honest with you for a moment, and I'll keep it brief because this channel isn't about me. It's about the investigation. But this took a toll. When you've spent years, decades, researching, writing, building something you believe in a system that never looked at your work decides it isn't real, that's a weight. But you can see where I work. This Harry Potter closet. This is the research lab, the studio, and the engineering desk. Apple, Amazon, Google all started a garage. I started smaller than that. I am a father of small children. I have a daughter. Her name is Alora. A son named Boaz. My father worked at NASA Langley since Apollo 13. My quadriplegic grandmother wrote a book called Rainbows After the Storms of Life. I have an engineering background in nuclear and electrical systems. This research is woven into the fabric of my actual life. No automated system can see that. No 58-minute review can measure it. But I want to be clear about something. I'm not angry at YouTube. I am disappointed in a process that failed to apply its own standards. Those are different things. And my faith doesn't allow me to stay in the wait. So I'm not going to. Here's where I land. Psalm 127, verse 1. Unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. This investigation was never built on YouTube's approval. It was assigned by a higher authority. The platform is a vessel, not the mission. Every investigator who has ever uncovered a truth that systems weren't ready for has also faced this moment. The archaeologist whose findings were dismissed, the engineer whose calculations contradict the consensus, the researcher whose evidence is inconvenience. This is not new territory. Beyond the Matrix has always been designed to reveal what the world has been blinded from seeing, to shine a light in dark places where all other lights go out. It is the timeless pursuit of seeing through the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. And the real cannot be demonetized. So here's what comes next. I am reapplying to the YouTube Partner Program on July 21st with a complete evidence package. The emails, the timeline, the zero view proof, the research record, all of it documented and submitted. In the meantime, the investigation journey continues. If you've been watching this channel and you want to support the work directly, outside of any algorithm, outside of any automated review process and system, the Decoder Vault is open. 3 tiers: seekers, decoders, and architects. Early research drops, community access, and direct support from independent investigations. Patreon is linked below. The Beyond the Matrix bookshop is also linked below. And if you want to know where this investigation began, my grandmother's book, Rainbows After the Storms of Life, is there too. Because some investigations start before the camera turns on. Logos Bible software is in the description as well. It is the research tool I endorse for scripture investigation on this channel. The Artemis 2 investigation is public. The biblical evidence investigations are public. And the forges are hot with new discoveries. They said my grandmother wasn't real enough. Her name was Julia Dean Childress Woodlackey. The real cannot be demonetized. And the truth doesn't need to be defended, just excavated. As always, was this a coincidence or a convergence? I'll let you decide. My name is Michael Hepner. This is Beyond the Matrix, and the investigation never stops. Ready to dive deeper beyond the Matrix? Watch the next video here to see just how deep the rabbit hole truly goes. And since you've made it this far in our journey, be sure to share your experience in the Matrix community.